Good morning, Reverend Derek here with the Love is Greater Than Fear Spiritual Center. Super excited to continue our exploration of the daily lessons from A Course in Miracles. Today we are on lesson 5. The mantra for today is, I am never upset for the reason I think. Let's go into the reading. This idea, like the preceding one, can be used with any person, situation, or event you think is causing you pain. Apply it specifically to whatever you believe is the cause of your upset, using the description of the feeling in whatever term seems accurate to you. The upset may seem to be fear, worry, depression, anxiety, anger, hatred, jealousy, or any number of forms, all of which will be perceived as different. This is not true. However, until you learn the form does not matter, each form becomes a proper subject for the exercises for the day. Applying the same idea to each of them separately is the first step in ultimately recognizing they are all the same. When using the idea for today for a specific perceived cause of an upset in any form, use both the name of the form in which you see the upset and cause which you ascribe to it. For example, I am not angry at blank for the reason I think. I am not afraid of blank, whatever the circumstance is, for the reason I think. But again, this should not be substituted for practice periods in which you first search your mind for sources of upset in which you believe and forms of upset which you think result. In these exercises, more than in the preceding ones, you may find it hard to be indiscriminate and to avoid giving a greater weight to some subjects than to others. It might help to proceed the exercises with this statement. There are no small upsets. They're all equally disturbing to my peace of mind. Then examine your mind for whatever is distressing you, regardless of how much or little you think it is doing so. You may also find yourself less willing to apply today's idea to some perceived sources of upset than to others. If this occurs, think first of this. I cannot keep this form of upset and let the others go. For the purpose of these exercises, then, I will regard them all as the same. Then search your mind for no more than a minute or so and try to identify a number of different forms of upset that are disturbing you. Regardless of the relative importance you may give them, apply the idea for today to each of them, using the name of both the source of the upset as you perceive it and of the feeling as you experience. Further examples are, I am not worried about blank for the reason I think. I am not depressed about blank for the reason I think. 3 or 4 times today during the day is enough. So I want to remind you of the goal of A Course in Miracles. The goal of A Course in Miracles is to help you discover your inner peace. The Course in Miracles teaches that every single one of us is a child of God, and by nature, we are peace-filled, we are loving, we are kind, we are compassionate. But we live in a world in which the thinking of the world is 180 degrees away from the thinking of God. So the Course is walking us through lesson by lesson, 365 lessons of making that journey from fear to love so that we can experience inner peace. Now, here's why I say that. Today, as you practice this exercise, as something happens, as someone pisses you off, as a friend pisses you off, a spouse pisses you off, you get frustrated with a financial circumstance, a health situation, something at work, whatever it is, and you say to yourself, I am never upset for the reason I think, you may find that you don't really believe this, right? You're probably going to find that you don't believe this, and it's a hard thing for you to say, I am never upset for the reason I think. But remember, the Course isn't asking you to believe any of this. In my experience of reading spirituality and in my own faith, belief is just like, it's like a kindergarten word. Belief is just really irrelevant. It doesn't even matter what you believe. What matters is what you're able to demonstrate in your life. So by taking this mantra, I am never upset for the reason I think, and just practicing it. You don't have to believe it, but just practicing these lessons and seeing what happens. So I encourage you today 3 to 4 times, as the workbook lesson says, to at least do that 3 or 4 times today. But then again, as you are finding yourself in circumstances where you are upset, and remember, fear is a shapeshifter, as my friend Mary Ellen always says. your upset today could look like worry. It could look like fear. It could look like depression. It could look like anxiety. It could look like a bunch of different things. So be alert and be aware of that. And use the mantra, I am never upset for the reason I think. Now, today, as you're wondering, why is it? Why am I really upset? Don't fret. In the next coming lessons, the course is going to explain to us and have us continue practicing what we are really upset about so that we can, in fact, have that inner peace that we are looking for. I hope you have a miraculous day. Be sure to post in the comments what your experience of the course has been like and any questions you might have. I will see you guys another time. Well, tomorrow morning.